If you guys are in need of coins for any reason, make sure to check out Mutt Store. Use code Mike at checkout for 10% off. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hopefully you do enjoy it. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to go over what I think are going to be the best wide receiver cards in Madden 19. That is the top 5 highest overall. Also, a little disclaimer, I'm not a card designer. Okay, I made this layout and I made these cards. They're not great, but I think they look kind of cool. I don't know. With base elite cards, you can't really do a whole hell of a lot with them. They need to look pretty simple. Also, this is not who I believe the best wide receivers are in the game. This is just what I think EA is going to do in terms of the highest overall, and I'll explain each one of those when I get into it. Coming in at number 5 on this list, I have the Buccaneer Mike Evans. Now, it's crazy. There's so many good receivers in this game that I think the 5th highest overall wide receiver, Mike Evans, is going to be an 86. I think there's plenty other wide receivers that could squeeze in at an 85, but Mike Evans, like I said, 5th highest overall. Personally, I think Mike Evans is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I also think he's a very, very good Madden player, so I think EA is going to give him a reason to be an elite card. I would not be surprised if he's a higher overall, but I didn't want to put him higher than the next person on this list because the next person on this list gets overlooked 24/7. Coming in at 4 on this list for the highest overall wide receivers in Madden 18 is the most underrated player in the NFL. Colts fans, is T.Y. Hilton. This man, T.Y. Hilton, led the league in receiving yards last year. Let me repeat that again. Led the league in receiving yards. And I feel like nobody is mentioning his name when we're talking about top wide receivers in the NFL. Personally, I think he should be rated top 3, potentially even top 2. But I don't think EA is going to show him very much love. If you look at the cards that he got this year, I think his highest overall was a 94. It's because he's not a crazy Madden card, so I don't think he's going to come in with a super high overall card, but I can almost guarantee you he's going to be an elite. I had him ranked at 87 just because the people that are above him on this list, the people that are ranked higher, have the big names, the players that everybody wants to play with in Madden. But Colts fans, I can tell you this right now, you guys have a stellar wide receiver, a great quarterback. Your O-line just your O-line struggling. Also, guys, like I said, these cards are not great. There are some that I really like the way that they turned out. Like these first 2 I thought were really good, and the next one's pretty good as well. But they're not perfect. They're not great, so don't grill me in the comment section. Coming in at number 3 on this list, my favorite card that I made so far, that is the New York Giant, the man, Odell Beckham Jr. Honestly, I don't think OBJ had as good of a year as T.Y. Hilton, but he's Odell Beckham Jr. He's OBJ. He's gonna get a really good card in Madden, and that's why I think he's gonna be at least an 88 overall. I could even see him being an 89. Ever since Odell Beckham Jr. became one of the faces of Madden, got on the cover of one of the Madden games, he's gonna get high overalls. Like, it's just gonna be a card that people really, really want. And like I said before, I would not be surprised whatsoever if number 3 and number 2 on this list are flip-flopped. If Odell Beckham Jr. is the 2nd highest overall player instead of the 3rd highest overall player. And again, this card was one of the favorite ones that I made. It turned out really, really well. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, I really like it. The 2nd highest rated wide receiver in Madden Ultimate Team, Madden 18, the player I think it is gonna be is Antonio Brown. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Mike, if you look at the receiving yards, if you look at the touchdowns, he's not better than somebody like a T.Y. Hilton, or even, honestly, somebody like an Odell Beckham Jr. But if you look at his entire career, Antonio Brown just has great years, year after year after year, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if he comes in at the 2nd highest rated wide receiver this year. Last year, or kind of this year still, he was a 90 overall and Julio Jones was an 89. I think that's going to be flip-flopped. And I think the common consensus for the number 1 rated wide receiver in this list is pretty obvious, right? Everybody knew who it was going to be. That's the man, Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones is by far the best wide receiver in the NFL, and I don't even think it's close. That's why I actually have him rated 2 overalls higher than Antonio Brown and even 3 overalls higher than Odell Beckham Jr. I think Julio Jones will be rated a 90 overall. I don't think he's going to be rated a 91. I think Madden 18 is going to want to keep the overalls lower just so they can increase stats and other things on the card later in the year, and it doesn't seem like we're being bombarded with 99s in friggin' December. I know there's going to be a lot of controversy on this list, and I want you guys to give me your opinions and your list, your top 5 right now down in the comment section. I think the obvious number 1 is Julio Jones, but honestly, like 5 through 3 are very, very debatable. You could even say 5 through 2 are debatable. I mean, honestly, you could throw each one of these receivers in different positions and I'd probably be okay with it. Guys, I normally wouldn't do something like this, but if you want to design your own cards and you want to do stuff like this in Photoshop, I might release a tutorial like in one of the videos I do in my next video, it might be hard to explain, but when I talk about the best running backs of Madden 18, I'll probably do a video where I go over like the cards and how I make them and how you can make it. If that's something you'd like, maybe we can get this video to like 750 likes. I don't know if that's possible, but if you want that to happen, let's make it happen. Either way though, guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and guys, I'll see you in my next upload. Peace.